It's so funny. As I've been shooting this, I have now built this crazy like array of sound stuff right here on the side. It's it's interesting. Okay, so right now we're going to talk about extras. All the extra little bells and whistles that you're probably going to need as you set up your recording station. And we're going to refer to it as your recording station from here on out, because ultimately that's really what it is. You're going to have a bunch of different like pieces and things that are at your recording station. So instead of going through saying, when you sit down at your desk with your microphone and your balance arm and your pop filter, et cetera, we're just going to say your recording station. So the first things that you need to get for your microphone are some sort of stand. It can be a desktop stand, which means it sits on the desk and you record into the microphone like that. You will need to have some sort of arm if you don't go with a stand. These arms are always tricky. This is a support arm for a microphone. It flexes, it bends. You can get these dirt cheap. You can get them as low as $10. It generally affixes to your desk, so it clamps onto the edge of your desk like that. And then it's got the arm that comes out. It's got some springs. It supports the microphone. You've probably seen these when you look at like videos of people in radio stations. You'll see the microphone just kind of coming out of nowhere, and they're just like, oh, da, 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 da. It's because it's supported by an arm. At the end of that arm is a suspension mount. Now, this is designed, see these are flexible right here? This is designed to hold the microphone so that it doesn't really wiggle around, right? You can keep the microphone in place, but it serves a secondary purpose. If I bump this, it doesn't really transmit the signal or the sound into this. Now, that having been said, let me put the asterisk and the caveat on that. The cheaper this is and the cheaper this is, the easier it is for sound to get into the microphone when you bump it, even if you bump the cord. So I'm going to show you. Right now, I've got my microphone down here suspended through one of these stands. I'm going to tap the cord for you. You can hear it. So you need to make sure that in your station, your cords and everything are out of your way. This is designed to put that microphone right in front of your face so that you can talk to it. It's not designed to take an impact. It's not designed for you to swing off of and hang everything else. There's no jewelry, no nothing. Just hook it up and leave it alone. It's designed to put the mic in front of your face. But with the mic being so close to your face, you have to worry about these things called plosives. Plosives are P's, T's, H's, things like that. Anything that has sound exploding out of your mouth. Let me get real close to this and show you. A plosive sounds powerful when it pops out of your lips. Plosives can ruin an audio recording really quick. Nobody likes that. It sounds like somebody's popping in your ear. So in order to prevent plosives, they make these things called pop screens or pop filters. What this does is it catches the air as it explodes out of your mouth and diffuses it before it hits into the microphone. Okay? So I can put this and go pop, 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 and you may hear it, but it's incredibly diffused. This is essential. This is like $5 to $10 on Amazon. It's dirt cheap. Get one. Most times when you order kits on Amazon, you'll get a microphone. So you'll get a microphone with a shock mount and a suspension arm and a pop filter all as one kit. We'll link a couple of them to you in the course notes. Yeah, we'll put them up there. But you can get this thing as a kit. So then away, you don't have to buy each piece separately. What happens if you don't have a lot of money? What happens if you can only get the microphone? Well, you need to find some way to suspend the microphone. That's really important. You got to have the microphone upright so that it doesn't move around. If you're doing that and you don't touch the microphone, you should be okay. Make sure you're not popping the cables. If you need to DIY some sort of pop screen or pop filter, you can get a pair of pantyhose. You can get like a napkin sometimes works, but that kind of blocks the sound that goes from your mouth into the microphone. It's so small and such a little amount that most people won't notice, but pop screens are important. Make sure that you're talking through a pop screen. It's super important. It prevents the plosives. Make sure that you have some sort of shock mount. So yeah, you want to use a pop screen. It's real important. Okay, let's recap. Accessories. Arms are important because they put the microphone in front of your face. Shock mounts are important because they absorb vibration before it rattles the microphone. Pop screens are important because they stop the plosives, the p, 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 and the t, 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 and the ha, ha, ha. Those sounds coming out of your mouth can absolutely destroy an audio experience. So, arm. Very important. Some sort of stand to hold the microphone. You need a shock mount, some sort of way to keep vibrations from getting into the microphone. You need a pop filter, some way to keep plosives from getting into the microphone. And that's about it. Okay. I think that's about it for hardware. You guys ready to get to some software?